I don't think there'll be any major new policies, possibly something on the infrastructure, but mostly it's the things that won't happen. We will not have another big tax cut. We will not have major cuts in social programs. So it's not clear those things were going to happen anyway, but this kind of freezes policy in place, which could be worse. Well, running a budget deficit does give the economy some stimulus, even if it's pretty close to full employment. So some of the recent growth is the result of Trumpian deficits. Of course, we could have done that in lots of better ways, but we could have done it under Obama if Republicans had let him do that. But we don't really need it now. And the most important thing, the Trumponomics was supposed to generate a big investment boom. It was supposed to increase U.S. long-term growth, not just 2 quarters of growth, but 10 years of growth by bringing in foreign capital flows and boosting investment. And there's no sign that any of that's happening. It's all of the tax cuts have gone to buybacks instead. I think it's not looking good. Look, the chance of a spiraling trade war, we already have a fair bit of it already. There's some real costs, and there could be a lot more because this is a personal obsession of Trump's. He really is sure that China is somehow a great villain. You could imagine China is in some ways a bad citizen on things like intellectual property, but if fixing that was the goal, then you would seek to assemble a coalition against China instead of fighting a trade war with everybody, basically, which is what Trump is doing. So I don't think there's any there's no coherent economic rationale, and there will be innocent bystanders caught up as well. I mean, even though China seems to be the focus right now, I wouldn't count on Germany staying out of the line of fire. I think on this you want to keep a low profile, at least for now. Hope that Trump is too busy yelling at the Chinese or the Canadians or somebody and not go after you.
And if Trump pressures us to take one
well,
side?
then I think you'd have to say both. You have to say, well, the U.S. is not, in fact, a dominant economic superpower anymore. And it's not at all clear that Germany's interests are served by taking America's side in this. And also, the U.S. is not in this or in some other things acting as a rational player. And somebody has to stand up for making sense. I think, for what it's worth, we've been saying that Angela Merkel is the effective leader of the free world at this point, and maybe she's also the leader of the world trading system at this point. Yeah, I mean, not all of it, but this hyperglobalization, these extended value chains that really have expanded over the past 20 years, those are quite fragile. It doesn't take a lot of protectionism to make those shrivel up.